Stay tuned in the coming minutes as we look forward to serving you, our listeners, with the second episode of Freemasonry. Now we are gonna talk about Freemasonry in the second episode. Welcome back to the podcast. In our first episode, we laid the groundwork by breaking down what Freemasonry actually is and what it isn't. We traced its evolution from the physical grid of medieval stonemasons' guilds to the philosophical speculative lodges of the 18th century. Now that we have the history down, it's time to step inside the lodge room itself. Today, we are exploring the heart of Masonic experience, the anatomy of the lodge, its rituals, and the core symbols. If you have ever wondered what the square and compass what really mean, or what happened behind their closed doors, this episode is for you. Inside the temple, the layout of a Masonic lodge. To understand Freemasonry, you have to understand its geography. A Masonic lodge room isn't just a meeting hall. It is a highly symbolic space designed to mirror King Solomon's temple, oriented east to west. When a member steps into a lodge, they enter a representation of the world, the east. This is the focal point of the lodge. It is where the worshipful master, the president of the lodge, sits. Symbolically, the east represents the rising sun, knowledge, and enlightenment. The west, positioned opposite the master, is the senior warden, representing the setting sun. This station symbolizes the end of the workday, rest, and physical strength. The south, the junior warden sits here, representing the sun at its meridian height. This station symbolizes beauty, recess, and the balance between work and rest. The altar, located right in the center of the room. The altar holds the volume of the sacred law, which, depending on the beliefs of the members present, could be a Bible, Torah, Quran, or Gita. The entire room is designed to remind members of order, balance, and the passage of time. Even the floor is often a checkered mosaic of black and white tiles, symbolizing the duality of human life, joy and sorrow, good and evil. Tools of the mind, the core symbols. As we discussed last time, speculative Masons took the physical tools of builders and turned them into moral guides. Let's look at the three most famous symbols you will see in any lodge. The square. To an operative Mason, a square ensures that stones have perfect 90 degrees angles, so a building won't collapse. To a speculative Mason, the square is a lesson in morality. It teaches members to square their actions by the virtues of honesty and justice, ensuring their conduct with others is always true. A compass. A compass is used to draw perfect circles and measure distances. Symbolically, it teaches Masons to circumscribe their desire and keep their passions in check. It's a tool of self-restraint, reminding them to live balanced lives within the boundaries of society and morality. The letter G. You will almost always see the letter G suspended in the east, or placed in the center of the square and compass. It holds a dual meaning. First, it stands for geometry, which Masons view as the noblest of sciences and the key to understanding the order of the universe. Second, it stands for God, or the grand architect of the universe, reminding members of their spiritual foundation. The 3 degrees, a journey of self-improvement. Freemasonry doesn't just hand you a manual and wish you luck. Progression through the fraternity happens via a series of ritualistic plays called degrees. Each degree represents a different stage of human life and intellectual development. First degree, entered apprentice, represents youth and the beginning of a man's moral journey. The focus is on basic morality, filtering out negative habits and preparing the mind for knowledge. Second degree, fellowcraft, represents manhood, maturity, and education. Here, the emphasis shifts to the intellectual world, studying the liberal arts and sciences, and learning how to apply reason to life. Third degree, Master Mason, represents old age, wisdom, and reflection on mortality. It is the highest degree in a standard lodge and challenges members to reflect on their legacy and spiritual destiny. Contrary to Hollywood movies, these rituals are not hazing rituals. They are solemn, allegorical plays where the candidate is the main character, learning lessons through drama and ancient metaphors. The concept of Masonic secrecy. This brings us to the elephant in the room, the secrets. If Freemasonry isn't a secret society, why the locked doors and whispered words? The secrets of Freemasonry are actually incredibly practical in origin. In the Middle Ages, stonemasons didn't have digital certificates or plastic ID cards to prove their credentials. When a master mason traveled to a new cathedral site, he used a specific grip, handshake, or password to prove his skill level so he could be paid correctly. Today, modern masons keep those traditional grips and passwords private, purely as a matter of tradition and a test of fidelity. The true secret. Ask any mason and they will tell you that the real secret of the lodge isn't a word or a handshake. The true secret lies in the internal experience of the ritual itself. The profound feeling of brotherhood and personal transformation that cannot be accurately conveyed to someone who hasn't experienced it. By understanding the symbols, the lodge's layout, and the journey of the 3 degrees, we begin to see Freemasonry for what it truly is: a beautifully preserved 300-year-old educational system designed to make good men better. But how did this British fraternity spread across the globe to influence world leaders, architects, and revolutions? In our next episode, we will cross the Atlantic to explore Freemasonry and the founding of America, separating historical facts about the founding fathers from grand conspiracy myths. Thank you for listening. Keep squaring your actions, and we will see you in the next episode.